Even if I'm working in my honeybees and I get stung and I look down and the stinger, I got stung the other day and the stinger was stuck in the tip of my finger and I had to reach down and pull the stinger out, because when a honeybee stings you, that's its last day of life, because its stinger has a little barb on the end of it like a fish hook, and its stinger pulls out of it and it dies after stinging you. But it's trying to protect the colony. But when that stinger, I'm pulling the stinger out, I'm looking at that, and what's going through my mind, symbolism, nature, reminds me how that God created that honeybee, and how God created the instinct in that honeybee, and how God created how everything works around us. You see, I don't believe in evolution. I believe in God. I believe in creationism. I don't believe in evolution. I don't believe that our universe has been around for billions of years. I mean, you can argue the point and you can debate the point, and I hope this doesn't turn you off as far as my channel here. In fact, I hope it causes you to subscribe to our channel, because everything we do here on the homestead is God and family. That's what it's all about. To me, that's what matters, God and family. So when I look around me here, everything that I see that reminds me of God, it also reminds me symbolically that God has given us this not only as just dirt and leaves and grass and trees and firewood or whatever, but He has given it to us for the well-being and the sustenance, so that I can take care of the family. He's given me a brain so I can manage business, so I can take care of family. When I see the things around me and the things that I've been able to acquire over the years, I look at it as it's symbolic of what God has blessed me with. Not because I've had luck. I don't even believe in luck. Luck? I don't believe in luck. Not at all. I believe in being fortunate because I'm a child of God. I believe in being blessed because I'm a child of God, but I don't believe in luck. I don't believe that something happens just because I'm lucky. Lucky, I mean, that's child's play. Now, some people out there, they're going to say, Jeff, you don't understand. You don't understand luck. You don't understand these planets lining up a certain way that's causing our future to be this way or that way or what have you. And I mean, listen, you believe your way. I believe my way. But I truly believe that God has my destiny in His hands. It doesn't matter how many planets out there, how many times they line up a certain way. Whatever happens out there in the universe, God created it. God knows the future. God knows me. God knew every hair on my head before I was even born. Wow. So when I think about that, and I think about how that sometimes we get so judgmental about symbolisms today, we're living in an emoji world, folks. We're living in emoticons. We communicate with emoticons. We communicate with memes. We can't type a sentence without putting smiley faces and hearts and tears and whatever else in there. I mean, my goodness, if you're on social media, you have an entire library of emoticons that you can put into your sentences so that you can communicate without even saying words. And if you're not using words, you may even be using, some type of acronym to represent a group of words with just a few letters. We've moved into symbolism in a different way than what I recognize as the symbolisms that mean something to me. My symbolisms are not idols. My symbolisms don't have enough weight to them to be an idol. I'm not going to get offended if your flag has a rainbow on it. I'm not going to get offended if your flag has stars and bars on it. I'm not going to get offended if your flag has whatever on it. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Now, I do have a patriotic attachment to our flag, the American flag. When I see our American flag, that symbolic meaning that it has to me is because I grew up in a military family. My father was a Navy man. My son served in Afghanistan. I'm surrounded by military, surrounded by it. And when you've seen so many family members at the funeral, in the grave, in the cemetery, when they're laying their casket in the ground and the American flag is laying over that casket, and you have a group of veterans or military personnel over there doing the gun salute, they're doing whatever they do there at the play the taps and do what needs to be done at a funeral. And they fold that flag and they give it to the widow, or they give it to the spouse, or they give it to a child. Yes, it bothers me when I see someone burning the flag. It bothers me when I see someone disrespecting the flag, but I don't worship the flag. There's a difference between honoring and worshiping. I honor this earth, and I honor the dirt. I honor the trees. I care about the environment, but I don't worship it. I care about it because it's a gift from God. And when I look at it and I partake of it, it reminds me, when I smell the flowers on a Cherokee rose, it reminds me of God. When I feel a thorn against my arm when I'm picking blackberries, it reminds me of God. When I taste those blackberries, or I taste the blueberries, or I eat cucumbers out of my garden, or I eat squash out of my garden, or eat corn out of my garden, or beans out of my garden, it reminds me of the blessings of God.